Hello all, JT here with another gem from the Ethfinance Daily. You don't have to take my word for it. These words are brought to us via a double platinum awarded comment by our very own Interweaver. It goes a little something like this. I've been lurking for the past few days, but holy moly, I can't resist commenting on today's Popcorn Fest. I'm a decentralization maxi. What does that mean? It means that to me, trust is a dirty word. So many people think that trust is a great thing. It means you are safe to grant special privileges and permissions to anybody you think is trustworthy, right? Wrong. It means you have willingly given someone else the opportunity to abuse that privilege. Sometimes that person will not abuse the privilege you have given them. And sometimes you are wrong about them and they will abuse it. And you will get hurt. Abusing trust is part of human nature, whether we like it or not. Trust is a bug. It's an exploit, a cheat code that people can and therefore will take advantage of. I know that this probably seems like an incredibly grim and dystopian take on the world. However, flip that around. Rather than concluding that humans will always abuse trust and that therefore the world is always going to suck, you can instead realize that a trustless world is one where no special privilege exists to be abused. This is the foundational realization of decentralization and all those things built upon it, including crypto and Web3. These concepts eliminate trust from many places where it has been necessary, and hence exploitable until now. Centralization is fundamentally a trust relationship, gone into a negative feedback loop until it becomes both toxic and powerfully difficult to fight. Until now, we haven't had a better way to solve coordination problems. But we are currently standing on the brink of a whole new world that is no longer founded on trust, and hence mass advantage taking of the trusting. What does this all have to do with Wonderland and Mem, Spell, and con men running some of the largest DeFi projects out there? Easy. Some of you trusted them. They built a DeFi empire where the treasury was under their control. It was exploitable, and at least one of them in a position to do so has now exploited it. But almost all DeFi is like that. I can hear you exclaiming, we've got to trust the devs. What if something goes wrong? How do they upgrade? Nope. Look at Uniswap. The contracts are immutable. If something goes wrong with them, it's game over for everyone using them. But they are battle tested and bugs are incredibly unlikely at this point. When the Uniswap team wants to upgrade, they make a new version of the contracts, then they must convince the community to start using that new version. This is how you build a DeFi primitive. You take the trust out of the equation mercilessly, uncompromisingly. Trust is the killer, and it is so deadly because everyone wants to trust others. But if nobody controls what is happening except the code, and if the community of users has vetted and battle-tested that code, then suddenly you have a money Lego worthy of the name DeFi. I strongly believe that until we have a solid ecosystem of immutable battle-tested DeFi primitives deployed across layer 1 and layer 2, and until the large majority of value on-chain is transacted via those tried and true and trustless primitives, DeFi isn't ready for prime time. We're in the experimentation and messing around phase right now, and all of us participating in it are rightly calling ourselves degens, because the risk of massive breaches of trust, like we saw today, are legion. Every protocol has to be new at one point, and training wheel phases are sometimes the fastest road to iterative development. Fortune favors the bold, but we must hold our developers to the extremely high standard of immutable contracts. Not even multisigs are good enough. Once they've ironed out the kinks in their protocols, and before we truly consider their projects worthy of being enshrined in the halls of truly decentralized finance. I hope that we, as some of the core participants in crypto culture can help steer the ship in that direction. Because I, for one, am super tired of the narrative around crypto being that it's all about being a big scam. I'm tired of it not because it's a lie, but because it's almost true. And as long as we allow our projects, our protocols, our worldview of what is acceptable on Ethereum and Web3, we will be creating yet more opportunities for these scams and scammers to flourish. We ultimately only have ourselves to blame for trusting them. Don't trust. As of the past few years, we finally have the capacity to do better. Please don't trust. These next few years, we are either going to realize that trust is a dirty word and truly move into the post-centralization era, or we are going to continue being incredibly fertile ground for the cons, scams, and Ponzi's that we have already built quite a reputation for. Humans as a whole do not deserve to be trusted. It's time to move into a trustless future. This comment was delivered to the Ethfinance Daily on January 27, 2022. Courtesy of Interweaver. And with that, cheers and big hugs from Kansas City.